everyone, Selena for Who is Jesus Today. And I'm going to share a few verses about judging and how we are called as God's people to judge situations righteously. We don't always get it right, but I'm not convinced, and I wouldn't be convinced about myself, I shouldn't be, that my judgment is always right, righteous, when I am not even thinking rightly about a situation or a person. So today I'm going to be just a small voice on behalf of a people from a land that's getting a whole lot of publicity now, and it's just starting to come in conversations around the world, but also we can see that in the United States, some people think that they can speak on behalf of people without ever having their much experience with them, knowing their culture, what they want, without even giving them a questionnaire to say, what do you want? And it happens often. People don't realize how dominating they can be when you're thinking for others and not asking them to tell you what they feel and think and want. You can disagree with that, but at least give them the right to tell you who they are and if they are happy or not. Here's a message. Personas en Estados Unidos, escúchame por favor. El pueblo de Venezuela está muy contento ahora. Okay? So, Portland protesters out there, I saw a few people getting started. I want to say, escúchame por favor. Escúchame por favor. El pueblo de Venezuela está muy contento ahora. No más Maduro. Claro? Okay. On behalf of many people who are representatives of the country of Venezuela, let them speak for themselves. You know, again, you have to allow people from other parts of the world, other continents, people from less, maybe developed parts of the world. And I know that there is definitely people in the U.S. who understand the sentiment and that the people definitely are happier. So this is not really for you, that I need to make you aware of where these people are at this time regarding the takedown of Maduro. Okay, but for some of you who think that in your minds that you know what the people want more than what they want for themselves, then that message is for you. I said to the people in the United States, okay, the people of Venezuela at this time, okay, they are very happy now. For many of them, they do not want Maduro. No más. No más. No more. And I want to say that, and am I an advocate here? No. But I wanted to take this opportunity too, and I should be speaking Spanish more. I did a lot more when I was in South America. I didn't have a choice. I got to get back because I do plan to get back to a country in South America at some point. I took this opportunity too, and I will upload a video from a food channel. And it's rated PG for the most part. It's pretty good because I like to make sure what I am uploading about other people, when it's not pertaining to a Christian message or music, I like to also make sure I censor things. But yes, I am familiar with this content creator, and he does some good and interesting things. If you like to travel the world, he spends a lot of time in the Caribbean, and in Nigeria. He's been doing some things in Ghana. He seems to be really hooked on Trinidadian food, on Jamaican, but I think he's a little more on for a Trinidadian food than a Jamaican. He likes what do you call those things? I forgot already. Anyway, I'm not that crazy about all of those things. I like bread, but that's just so much bread. I forgot. I know it's in my doublers. That's what it is. Yeah. Doublers. It's eaten a lot in Trinidad. So so this particular content, he is speaking and interviewing people who are celebrating the takedown, and according to them, a dictator. Now, I am not seeing what's in the future for the country. I don't even know the full intent, I can say, even behind everyone's heart that's involved in this. But what I am saying is that so far, the people, el pueblo de Venezuela, okay, está muy contento. So as of now, they're happy about it, and they are beginning to envision a different future. I just want to say, let's keep in mind Proverbs 31:9. Open your mouth, judge righteously, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15, it speaks about how the spiritual person judges all things, but he himself is himself to be judged by no one. So, if you are spiritual minded in how you perceive first yourself in God and people and society and situations, you're going to be able to judge righteously. Yes, people will be judging you. You cannot stop people from making a judgment. But when you are a person that's going to constantly say, let me go to God, show me, Lord, any evil way that's not right in me, you are open to the great judge, the ultimate, the one and only true judge, and the one of justice, to examine your heart, to keep you kind of on the operating table and show you what's not right and you. And so when you're making judgment, you want to be in the spirit as you do it. Now, we all make assessments and again judge. Like when you think of the judge, what are the synonyms? Like, right, making an assessment, an evaluation, right? Okay, so it's good to kind of get a feeling for the synonyms, because we assess things all the time, and we should. But there are times when we are overstepping into people's lives. We are judging things that we are saying and assuming are in their hearts and minds, with no serious connection, not even a conversation. Sometimes, as it is, like some of the people that may be protesting about this in Portland, Oregon. I lived in Portland. Portland is just Portland. Okay? Not everybody Portlanders are flowing like you. Okay? I try to flow a little bit while I was there. But a lot of times you have no background knowledge of where the people may be politically and emotionally. Okay? So you cannot assume that people that may be who you automatically judge as being people of disparities are going to be on your woke side. Okay, as I'm going to say explicitly. And I'm just saying that if you come across this content, not everyone in Latin American countries have your same political agenda. In fact, quite a few don't. That's just the truth. And I'm not here to roll out any side at this time, except the side of truth and God first and foremost. And when we make judgment and assessments, it's good to know what we're talking about, at least kind of know enough about the people. It says in John 7:24, do not judge by appearance, but judge with right judgment. And that's a message for all of us, because we do judge by appearance. We judge by, just because you see a person who may be of the same background, you automatically will assume that they think like of the other person thinks. And you never had even a conversation with them. You never even had a conversation with them. Right. You think they're supposed to like and think one way, and they're in a totally opposite field. So, John 7:24, do not judge by appearance, but judge with right judgment. I don't get a perfect A in that, because we are prone to, once we get something in our minds, we start to judge and assess that way, and it becomes habitual in our lives. And so we are called as the people of God God wants to raise the bar with us, raise the standard. That when you judge something, when you call something out, that it's not just because it's about us or our own biases, but what would God see and say at this time in the situation? So with all the conversations, and it talks about oil, and I know when you got big China there, big wig China, big wig Russia, big wig India, big wig the United States, and a country that is in great and desperate need for freedom on different levels. So, as of now, el pueblo de Venezuela está muy contento. And so you leave it as it is. Protesters. Sometimes you get out there and you start before you know all the information or where the people are. And yes, it's about, we can talk about the natural resources. And I'm not going to go into that. But I'm just saying I want to speak on behalf and representing the people of Latin America as well, that you don't always know where people are, and don't just think that the way that you perceive how they should feel and think is what's the truth. I believe this is a message that needs to be said. First, I begin with myself, and I'm very capable of how I can misjudge and have the wrong evaluation before having all of the information. That's it. Enjoy your upcoming week. You can like and subscribe. Until next time, Shalom.